So I just wanted to make a quick update video about the LPR that I was having and the silent reflux, my throat symptoms, and basically what's going on with that. In my last video, I had said that I didn't really want to take medication because I was really hopeful that if I changed everything, like if I changed my diet, if I changed the way that I slept, I got the mattress with an incline, if I changed my portion sizes, basically like if I changed, oh yeah, no coffee, no chocolate, no citrus, no anything. If I changed everything in my diet, like I wasn't eating anything below a pH of 5, like I was Googling everything before I ate, and I was really hopeful that with that, I would be able to get relief and not have to get on the medication that would suppress the acid in my stomach. The one that I was prescribed was pantoprazole, but it's just the family of PPIs that suppress acid. I also got the alginates, as I said, so I was using alginates and my diet was like super on point, my lifestyle stuff, like anything that I could do, of course I was not lying down within like 4 hours of eating, and A, B, C, D, everything that you're supposed to do, I was doing it. And unfortunately, the symptoms persisted and it didn't really make a difference. I think in the beginning it made a bit of a difference, but my throat was still sore and I still woke up every day with issues with my voice. So I ended up starting the medication that I was given, and it's been probably like about 3 weeks now that I'm taking the medication, and I would say that I got about a 50% improvement on the medication, which is better than it was before. So the inflammation like in my throat subsided, about half of it, but I started getting heartburn. So I don't know if I had heartburn the whole time, but my throat was bothering me so much that I didn't even notice the heartburn. But as my throat got better, I suddenly noticed that, hey, I'm also having heartburn. So like in my chest after, not even after every meal, because to be honest, as soon as I would have a little bit of water, like in the morning when I had to take the pill, I would have it with water, I was already starting to get heartburn, and that would last all day. So yeah, maybe it was a bit worse after meals, but I would say that it was like constant. Yeah, and it's hard with the symptoms that I'm having and like the improvements, not improvements, it's hard to even know what the issue is. Like if it's acid reflux, then why am I still having 50% symptoms and the heartburn? But anyway, like the symptoms were still like really bothering me, right? Because I'm having heartburn all day long and I'm still not eating the things that I want to eat, and like I'm following the guidelines, protocol, whatever, and I'm still like not improving. So I was starting to get super down on this whole situation. Like as I said in my last video, the health anxiety was definitely high up there, and I was spiraling. Like I was just having thoughts like, this is never going to get better and I'm going to have to deal with this. And, like the medical system is slow. I'm very lucky that it's free, but it's slow. It's very slow. And like you can't see a specialist unless you've been basically like struggling for a very long time. So they just like give you different kinds of medications trying to manage you, like what the, GP is trying to do. But at the end of the day, if you want to see a specialist and you actually want to figure out what the hell is going on, that you need to be suffering for at least 2 years to see a specialist. But your mileage may vary. It depends on your doctor and depends like how seriously they're taking you, I guess. But I've had issues in the past sometimes with like being taken seriously. So I think I would have to be dealing with this for a while before I could get referred to a specialist and start like testing things to see what's going on. But it's okay. I don't even necessarily want to do that right now. I do want to manage the symptoms. But since I was still having all of these issues, I thought to myself, okay, like I need to go back to the doctor because the once a day medication isn't solving the issue. It's only 50% solved, but like it's still bothering me the whole day. I can't sleep, I can't focus, it's hard for me to get my work done. I need to study, and like I can't study because my mind is elsewhere. It's not feasible to continue like this. So I went back to the clinic, told them like that it's about 50% better, but it's still bothering me the whole time. And now I have heartburn, which I didn't notice that I had before, but it's an additional symptom that I'm having. And basically, what I was told, I was given another dose of the pantoprazole, so the PPI. So now I'm on pantoprazole twice a day, morning and evening, 40 milligrams. So that's like a pretty high dose, but apparently for like the LPR, like silent reflux, that tends to work better because for some reason it's harder to treat. Now I'm on that twice a day, and they told me to do that for another month, and then in a month I can get off the medication. And for 2 weeks I have to get off of it for 2 weeks and then do the H. pylori test, because the H. pylori test is something that basically like anyone who's having acid reflux that is ongoing and severe, like it's the first thing they have to check. So before sending you again to any specialist that can look at your stomach or look at your throat, or anyone like making any referrals to a specialist, they have to send you to do an H. pylori test. So that's like gonna be in about a month and a half. So there's still some time to be, I mean, hopefully healing. I don't want to say dealing with this because who knows, maybe I will just like get better and better, but it does, it sucks. It really, really sucks to be dealing with this. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I was getting like some sour taste in the back of my mouth also. So that was really unpleasant before I started the medication. So since starting the medication, that has gotten better. But again, it was about 50% better. And now I've upped the dose to twice a day, and I don't know how that's going. There's a bit of a like placebo effect right now where I'm like, yeah, I think I'm getting better, but I know that like I'll only know in a couple of weeks what the effects really are. But I have to stay hopeful. So I just have to say that I'm still trying to be hopeful, okay? It's hard. And I definitely had a moment while dealing with all of this of going back to avoidance, which is my favorite worst habit that I have. Just like trying to avoid everything. So saying fuck it, basically fuck it to the like everything, my schoolwork and my work, house stuff, and just not wanting to do anything and just checking out, I guess. But thankfully that was only a couple of days. I'm learning to get back up faster than before. I don't know how other people deal with this so maybe like easily, or it seems like it's easy. Like, oh, I hear people be like, oh yeah, I have acid reflux, or I don't know. A lot of people have acid reflux, but they kind of don't seem to deal with it in the same way. But I think that it's because there's this pretty mild. It's only like maybe if they eat something sometimes, or if they have like black coffee on an empty stomach or something. But if you have more limitations in your life, then like, yeah, it's gonna feel pretty crappy. This has been mentally really challenging. This has been difficult to deal with, and it's been really messing with my mental health. So I scheduled a counseling session with someone, and I feel a little bit embarrassed admitting that, because I don't know why I feel like, oh, I should be able to handle this. Like, I've definitely handled other things in my life that were maybe like more difficult than this, and I was able to do it without help. But like, I just felt that why not take the help? Now that I'm a student, there are some services that are free of charge, and you only get 10 sessions. So I haven't used up my sessions, and I only have about a year left of my program. So I was like, why not? Like, I am struggling right now and I really could use the help. So why not reach out and use the help that's available? Even though maybe before, when the resources weren't there and like I couldn't afford a therapist, I would deal with it on my own, but things are different now, and so I'll take the sessions that I can to help me navigate this time of my life. So just to say that if you feel that this is something that is really messing with your mental health, like, don't be afraid to reach out, if you have the support, or if the services are available to you and you can of course afford them, because therapy is extremely expensive, but it is helpful. And during like difficult times, sometimes you really need to take care of yourself, because like the mindset is the most important thing. Like, you can't even take care of your physical health if your mindset is not in the right place. So I would say, like, definitely take really good care of yourself, right? That's necessary. But anyway, like, that's pretty much it for now. This has been on my mind, this has been on my body, this is just what I'm dealing with at this time, and I will keep you posted with how things are going. If there are any news, I'll let you know. And I hope that you're dealing with this better than I am. And if you have any tips for me of like, maybe there's something that I didn't try, I feel like I've tried everything, but I know that that's not always the case. Like, sometimes it feels like there's nothing that I haven't tried, but there's still this one thing that might have eluded me, or that you have done or tried that has worked for you, and maybe I could try it and it would work for me. If you're going to tell me to like drink water and do jumping jacks, though, I'm not sure about that one. But if it's worked for you, amazing, amazing. I'm so happy for you. But yeah, let me know. That's it for now. Love you. Bye.